Thank you all. Before I start, I want to make a quick poll. Raising your hands, how many of you do check newspaper on daily basis? Great. So how many of you do interpret those newspaper to see the impact on himself, his life, or youth in general? Okay, great. Well, today I'm gonna take you through a journey that is so inspirational, and it's being from youth to youth. It's not hidden that our world is becoming more and more sophisticated place to live in. Also, the economical crisis impact is going negatively on youth future and their opportunities. Sadly, 2013 and the expectations for 2014 is of no good news for youth. Since there is, starting from 74.3 million unemployed youth in the world in 2013, which is 1 million more than the year before, as stated by the United Nations, going to more than 39,000 new married girls, child girls. And what really gets me, that those numbers are going to increase, because a joint work by the United Nations, the UNICEF, and the World Health Organization expects that between 2011 and 2020, there will be more than 140 million newly child married girls in the world, which is something very dramatic. Ending with the migration problem that is amplifying year after year. The latest UN migration report in 2013 showed that there is more than 232 million migrants in the world, which is 3.2% of the world population. 75 million of those were youth under the age of 29. And what really gets me, that 13% of those 75 million are from the MENA region. So actually, the MENA region is just like an airplane that flies with a fuel leakage in its fuel engine, And so either the pilot is really smart to notice that leakage, so he lands off to the nearest airport, gets that leakage fixed, and moves on to his destination safely, or can completely go careless and unnotice that, and boom, there is no jet anymore. Well, speaking about MENA, I overlooked multiple reports for the United Nations, the International Labour Organization, as well as some reports that were issued by local NGOs to know why we have such a large migration numbers in the MENA region in general. I can claim after reading those reports that one of the major reasons that cause the youth, to migrate is the unemployment. In MENA region, we have a very large number of unemployment youth. Globally, we have like 13% of youth unemployed, which is really a disaster. Being, Tunisia, Palestine, and Jordan with the most bleak situation in the region. However, the hope is always there, and no matter how long is the dark, light will always come eventually. So I'm so believing in what one of the participants in the UNESCO's Chair International Leadership Program said, that we, the younger generation, are the future of our countries, the future of the world. And what future will be will depend only on us. I truly believe that young leaders could be the agents to the change, to the positive change. And so let's try to make our world a better place. So the solution, as I see it, for all of those problems that we mentioned is in youth participation. Because youth are the ones with the best understanding for their problems. They are in terms of size and impact. And youth participation is most likely, it's like a virus that once gets to one group of youth, it ripples and infects all other youth in the area. So I will tell you that story about myself. I was lucky enough to hear a very inspirational story and meet a very young man with a great potential. This young man has Behçet disease syndrome. This is an illness with that is incurable, have a fatal diseases, fatal symptoms, and can eventually lead to death. This guy loses his sight because of this disease. So accordingly, he was fired from his job because he was not able to do it. But he decided not to stop here. He decided to face the world. He found a purpose for his life. So he started teaching all the youth that are blind how to move on with their lives. He started to teach them Braille language. He became the most innovative trainer for blind people, as well as he was the most inspirational speaker for youth in Jordan. So I was inspired by this story. I went home like thinking, what did I do to my community? What is my fingerprint? What's the legacy I'm gonna leave after I leave this earth? So this was the point where I started my volunteerism, activism, and social entrepreneurship road. I want to take the privilege here to launch my next social venture, which is YouthCan 2.0, which is a platform that will support youth participation all over the world. It will be the platform that youth can actively participate to find a solution for their problems all over. Well, going back to Jordan, we in Jordan, as any other country, do suffer from unemployment. We have a very large unemployment rate in youth that is increasing all over the years. The latest reports shows that in 2014, youth have a total unemployment rate of 14.2, and that of those 14.2, 13% of them are in youth. So the natural dream of any youth in the region, of finishing his high school, getting a good paid job, is converting to be a nightmare that is controlled by unemployment, wasta, skill mismatch, education attainment. So we decided to refuse all of that and take the lead action to resolve this issue, to make the future for our youth much brighter. So we founded what's called Trip to Innovation. It's a non-for-profit NGO that acts as an idea accelerator that helps youth to become the next entrepreneurs. We established a platform to create and spread the innovation and social entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship culture among youth. In Chip to Innovation, we do build the next entrepreneurs, we do build the next innovators and change makers in the region. Till the moment, we served more than 2,500 people from both genders in 8 governances in Jordan, including the very rural and neglected one, resulting in hundreds of success stories at work, as well as we managed to start 10 startups that started with a TTI service. Well, before I leave you with a small video about Trip to Innovation, I would love to share my contacts with you. So if you have any feedback, comment, idea, potential work together, mutual exchange, criticism, just speak up, tell me, write a line for me. I'm always connected, because you don't know. This little word that you might say, it can spark the next change that we all dream of. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to leave you with this one thought. If I could do this in my country and be part of that positive change, then you can. So let's put our slogan for the day: if I can, then you can. Thank you.